Somebody asked me the other day, what is health? And I had to think about it because health is different for every single person. And a lot of people right now in this digital world that we're living in take their health dictated by a wearable, by a specific score, by blood work measurements, by some sort of imaging. And I think we've kind of lost what health is, because health is so much more than just a number. And those numbers are not usually what we think they are, especially with wearables. I see a lot of clients use their wearables and their readiness score as a dictator instead of as a trend and something that we can use to help us, but it should never be the thing that is telling us, should we exercise? Are we healthy or not? Should we prioritize our day differently? It can be a good data point to collect for trends, but it should never be used as gospel. And the reason is, it's kind of like when the weather is predicted, it's just a prediction. It is not an exact data point. It is not telling you anything exactly. And especially with those readiness scores, we don't even know how those scores are measured. Every single wearable has a different algorithm to create that readiness score for you. They're taking into account different things like your HRV, your sleep score, which again is calculated based off of your skin temperature. HRV is calculated based off of every single heartbeat that you have, the middle ground between those heartbeats. We're seeing what is the variability in those beats, and that can give us a sense of how stressed our system is. But it's just telling us predictions. Like if the weather, there's a 70% chance of rain and it doesn't rain, you're not gonna be like, oh, the weatherman was wrong, I'm never gonna trust that again. We use it as data points, and that's exactly how you should use these. And we really should be using them to pair them with, how am I feeling? How am I using my warning signs, what my body is showing me, to actually decide, am I gonna work out that day? Am I going to change something about my day? And especially if you're living with a chronic illness. We also need to consider that these wearables, their algorithms are based off of averages. They are based off of the average population, healthy males. They are not based off of people with chronic illnesses. And they are definitely not based off of people with dysautonomia. And so if you're using these wearables to tell you when you should sit down, when you should exercise, when you should go to sleep, how ready you are for the day, you are doing yourself a huge disservice, because it may not even be telling you accurate data based off of your exact needs. Instead, we like to use wearables. They're not completely irrelevant. We like to use them as trends. If we notice, all right, for the past 5 days, our readiness score was a lot lower, and we can come together and see what factors were at play here. Maybe we were more stressed. Maybe we're in a certain part of our cycle. Maybe that we didn't get a lot of good sleep. Maybe there was some trauma. Maybe there was a trigger that we were aware of. That would make a lot of sense. And then we compare our warning signs, what we're feeling, with that data, and then make decisions from a whole picture instead of just an exact number.